Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson podcast, which today looks back and reflects upon the old folk, the folk of yesterday, and the quaint country customs that have been killed off for the benefit of all concerned.
I was thinking about you.
Listen, let's start the programme.
And your Uncle Manny last night, and,
Well,
your family background.
I think I'm going to be quite. I think I'm going to revert to be him.
Well, I want to ask you something.
When? Go ahead.
I want to ask you this, and I said to myself after I was watching the Chieftains last night, 50 years of the Chieftains on TV Cahir, right?
Yes.
And
It's Derek Bell, listen.
and there was
It's
a man,
Derek, listen, I mean, now he's dead now.
Right.
He wouldn't be with them at all except by proxy.
Paul Brady was on with them last night.
Paul Brady's a wonderful singer.
Very
and
good
a very
last night.
wonderful songwriter. And I remember when he was starting off in Queens, I said to him, Paul, I said, write with your heart. Never mind the pen, write with your heart. And I said to him,
Sorry, go ahead.
And there's some great musicians on playing. Anyway, but there was this man sitting there, you see, and he was singing. And I thought about you, and I thought about your Uncle Manny,
Yes.
and that whole background that you came from. And I was wondering, I said, I must ask him in the morning, why when a man's giving you a big cameli, does he close his eyes?
Because he's transported into joy. That's why. And why would a man, every time he would tell a story, always begin with the same word?
But the man finished the song the way you said. He would. I was waiting to see if he would finish the song the way you said they finish songs, and he did. And I said the wee brute was right. Right, come on. How did he finish the big cameli?
Okay. Hey, man, I'm singing a Kamali, right? I'm coming to the end of it.
Right, you better get
and
this
Jenny
right.
dear
Went out to play on a cold September day, and Johnny Doe regretted the time when he said that the words don't rhyme. And after all is said and done, the man went on his way. And years ago it was all different then, because it's different than it is today.
That's right. That's right. He talked the last line.
Always talk the last line.
And then he lifted his drink immediately and
Good
took
luck
a big
now.
go-
And it's different than us today. Good luck now. Go ahead, Johnny. Good man. You're a queer man. You're some crack.
That's right. You see, I have now decided that I'm going to. I realise now I have been serving my time as an anthropologist, and I'm in my first year of apprenticeship.
What can I say
And
to you?
I would say in 2 years' time I'll be a fully fledged anthropologist, unqualified.
Well.
I appreciate that. You know.
I realise you're going down the right road.
But I'm going down
I
the
must
right-
give you a number of books to scan.
No, I don't want to read those. No, I just want to observe more. And I was
Conch Exchange in the Trobriand Islands.
I was listening to the boys singing last night, and I said I must ask Mr. Anderson now this
Yes.
question as well too. Why is it only the Irish people that after they would sing a song, they go yo?
Well, that's been known in the Congo.
Yeah, but you know,
Certain African people
we
do.
sort of yelp, don't we? After,
We do yelp, but
after a
people
song.
yelp for very good reasons. It's to
Yahoo!
express exuberance. Yahoo! Yahoo!
Yay!
Uh-huh. The talk continues in much the same vein, talk of a lost world, but dimly remembered by the presenter, even though he himself has reached a certain degree of decrepitude. They say that when a man remembers vividly things in his distant past, his time on earth may be growing short. Death approaches.
See when the man was given the big cameli,
Yes.
right?
We must explain maybe perhaps what a kamali is. It's come all ye, that's the origin of it. And indeed, come all ye, in other words, listen to this.
Right?
Yes.
So he's given it everything. And there he is, the eyes closed. But I noticed that in particular, women are uncomfortable. They don't know where they look. They don't know where they look at the man. They don't know whether they look at the floor. They don't know where they look at their nails. They sit rather uncomfortably in the chair. Where a man will sit and a man will look at his pint and he'll take a drink of his pint and he'll look at the man singing and he'll nod in agreement with what he's saying or something like that. But girls seem very uncomfortable when a man's given a big cameli.
Well, I think I know why.
Why?
Because women, they are uncomfortable, as you say, when they see a man being transported with delight. A man who has gone out of himself. A man goes into a kind of a trance. A man closes his eyes, and a man would be so much in a trance that he might not know if his fork was open or not. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So he loses all kind of common decorum. And the other one is the man who used to tell the stories. The one that I used to like. They used to call them, what would they call them, shanachis or something like that? I never liked that. I never liked them because the ones that you get in Northern Ireland, I don't think they're genuine. Because they're always going, I was walking down the street the other day. And once I hear that, I switch off.
Is
I was
that right?
walking down the street. I met a man with red hair.
Well, I knew a man and you knew him, John Campbell.
John Campbell. Which John Campbell
was-
is that now? Is
No,
that the
there's
doctor's
two
poet?
No, but there's no John Campbell from
From Gurchin.
no
Somewhere about Tyrone.
Mullagh
Mullagh Bawn, up now, down Maneary.
John Campbell was very good.
He was great.
Aye.
But once I hear them saying, I met a man with red hair, I kind of switch off, you know. But my other uncle, Dinny,
Yeah.
not the fiddle player, the other uncle, but he used to always start a story, and he always started it the same way. And I liked that because it was always a different story, but the first line was all the same, always the same way, and it was always the same thing. And they'd say, Dinny, will you tell us a yarn? Och, no. Och, you'll tell us a yarn. Go on, Dinny. Och, not at all. No. Och, go on, will you? Och, no, not that. Maybe after. No, I'll do it now, sure. Just a wee drop of the crater. Och, no, it's all right. I've enough here. What about an egg and onion sandwich? Och, a bottle of porter. All right. Aye, okay. Give us a sup of that. Will you tell us? Will you give us a sup of this first? Oil the oil throat. Right then, are you ready? No, I couldn't. No, I'm not ready. No, maybe look, John over there. Look, John will sing. No, John's already sang. Go on, you do. Go on, tell us a yarn. All right then. There was a Wonder Woman in Ballymaggan.
No matter what the story was about.
No, but it always started. There was a Wonder Woman from Ballymaggan.
Yeah, but no matter what.
It would always go in a different direction then.
Yeah, but every story started. There was
Yes!
there was a Wonder Woman in Ballymaggan.
That's right.
And then the story took a
Yes!
different turn.
You see, you don't know anything.
I don't. That's part of my learning.
That's the way it went. Anyway, let's start the programme. Speaking of death, Geordie Tuft is 104 years old today. His plans to celebrate are well advanced, but first the presenter denies his Ulster Scots roots. I can't understand why I liked Our Woolly. I can't understand it for the life of me, because other things that I liked when I was young, I still like them. For instance, William.
Francie and Josie.
Francie and Josie. Yeah, it's the same thing. Why did I like that? It's because we
Parahandy.
Parahandy.
I thought about him the
We
other
liked
day.
that because
I
we
liked him.
part of us responded to that kind of Ulster Scots thing.
Andy Stewart, the half door.
Andy Stewart, that to get trees out.
That's right.
All that stuff. Why do we like all that? You can't stand it now, but why do we like it all
no,
that?
I
can't stand it.
enjoy-
now.
I love
But
that.
handy.
I love that it was a
The only
Sunday.
person we liked in Star Trek was Scotty as you good blue captain. The thruster.
By the way,
Excuse me.
there's a man celebrating his birthday today, and he's on one.
Is he? Good morning, sir.
Hello, Jerry.
Geordie, happy birthday to you.
I'm 73 today.
73. What a marvellous score.
Well,
That's great. Are you going to do anything special?
73.
Uh-huh. Have you anything special planned, or are you just going to...
Ah, something just the same. Make myself a couple of hot ones.
That's what you do every day.
Get the fire going.
Uh-huh. Are you going to have a special meal, slap up?
Yes.
What are you going to have, a duck or something like that? Or
I know.
maybe a bit of a goose, maybe? What are you going to have? No, seriously, you're going to have a special meal, or are you just going to treat the day like any other?
Would you do me a favour? Would you play McAlpine's Fusilier?
Well, can we find that? We can't deny Geordie on his birthday.
No,
It's done by
well,
who? By the
I'm
Dubliners?
at old Packer Dun in Cricklewood in England.
I wonder, could I get Pecker?
But we can't deny Geordie on his birthday.
Could you try and make Alpine's Fusilier?
Let's try McAlpine. McAlpine's fuse on the arse. That would be the Dubliners, perhaps. Well, would that do you, Geordie, if we could find that? Hello?
And I'm at him in Cricklewood. Packer.
Did you?
Well,
You're quoting a line from a song now.
Aye.
Uh-huh. See,
Okay,
sometimes...
Jerry.
Yes? That's all right. Don't panic.
is it Pecker Dunn you want, Geordie?
Yes, Packer Dun.
He doesn't...
McAlpine's Fusilier.
I don't think Pecker sings McAlpine.
Yes, he does.
Don't
He
be so
does.
sharp with me.
No, he does. I know for a fact he does.
Well, you won't find that in the jukebox.
No, but I have it upstairs.
Oh, you
in the
have,
cabinet.
You have? Oh, in your cabinet?
Yes.
Oh.
And go down that glen, came McAlpine men with their fiddles spiking soon.
Yeah, close enough.
It was in the pub that we drank the sub.
It was in the pub that we drank the soup.
Okay. Well, we get.
Okay, we'll get on
but
the
see,
case,
thing
Geordie.
is, but the thing
Okay,
is,
Jerry.
have
Yes.
can I leave my post?
Of course you can leave your post.
To find it.
Go on. Leave your post. You're not doing anything anyway. The presenter doesn't like the Dubliners either. The casual listener may wonder if the presenter harbours fond thoughts about anybody on this planet. There is no simple answer to that, other than to say that he's not sure yet. I can't listen to Dubliners. I can't.
So you're a big fan of the Dubliners?
No. No, I told you before, I lived with them for 3 weeks.
I know.
And toured with them. I never forget it. The longest 3 weeks of my life. I'll never forget it as long as I live. We used to play in this band, and we were under the same management as the Dubliners, and they toured all around Ireland, and we had to go with them for 3 weeks. I've never seen drink like that in my life. Afterwards, I nearly became a teetotaler.
What about Helen?
But not quite. Why do you always interrupt me when I'm talking?
Because I heard the story before.
Other people may be listening, they
And
don't
then you're
know.
just about to launch into now, and I'm going to tell you something about them. And do you know the amazing thing about them? When we were on tour with them, they had a man.
See, the worst thing about that is when people put words in your mouth. There's obviously somebody on the phone who had to turn him off there to prevent him. Who's on the line here?
It's Helen.
Don't be telling my stories, okay?
No, but I didn't want you to tell the story again.
But I wasn't going to tell
But
the
the
story.
man, can I tell you something?
What?
When I was watching Gaybo 2 weeks ago,
Yes.
Celebrating 50 years of the Dubliners or whatever it was,
Yes.
one of the guys, Barney or something, and
Barney,
he
the
didn't drink. Whoever he
Barney.
was, the guy had worked in a bank or something, but he didn't drink anyway. And he said,
That was John Sheehan. Barney drank.
John Sheehan said, he was speaking through Barney.
I speak of 3 Barney.
But he says, my job was to get those guys out of the pub. I said, that's Anderson's story.
No.
I said, he's going to tell Anderson's story.
No.
And he says, that was my job. He says, and I had to drive the van and listen to these guys and wait for them to get them out.
He's a liar. That wasn't his job at all. It was another fella's job. The other fella's job was to follow them, not to get them out of the pub. His other job was to fight. His job was to get them out of the pub.
Whose job?
John Sheehan's job was to get them out of the pub.
Yes, that's what he said.
The other man's job was to find out what pub they were in.
Oh, your man's job.
His job was to follow them and find out
right,
where they all were.
Right.
And when the time came to get them all together, he would know where they were. That was his job. But see, John, he would be with them.
Yes.
Because he always used to go up in the morning, used to go in different directions. He used to try and follow them in all these different places. And he had a map and everything where they might be. And there'd be all these women and drinking. Oh, it was awful. I never forget it as long as I live.
So how would you know? You would have been tucked up in bed.
I was not.
You were following the man.
No,
Following the Dubliners.
no, don't you forget what goes on here.
What?
I don't want to get into this too much, but you see, what happens is, this is all during the day. It's when the gig is over, the crack starts. You see, the night only begins then. The crack starts then. The trouble begins about daybreak, when all the guys are really drunk and they start disappearing in different places.
Right.
Because they don't stay in the hotel. And they all disappear in different places, and you have to find them again to get them together for the gig again that night. So the crack starts at
So that's
night.
the man. That was his job. Yes,
His job is to stay sober and get up in the morning
Yeah,
and wait for
right.
them to get drunk
Right.
enough that they'd all go somewhere else.
That's a better story.
See, you don't listen.
No, you didn't tell it well the last time.
No, you told it.
No,
Stop telling my stories.
I told John Sheehan's story.
I know, but that's not my story. Don't be telling
but
my
your
Don't be
story
telling
is,
other people's
your story
stories.
was better told now
Don't be
than
telling
you told before.
Don't be telling other people's stories and telling they're mine. Don't be doing that. That's putting words in a man's mouth. Nobody
It's
likes
not.
that.
Your story is better that time telling it.
Well, I would never have told it if I hadn't insisted on it. Goodbye. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye, Sooty. Bye-bye.